crows, bars, both things associated with death. Combine them, and you get a weapon of unmatched destruction. Is it possible to beat Half-Life 2 with just the crowbar? The rules are simple. I can only use the crowbar. I can't use any guns, grenades, or the gravity gun at any point, whether that be combat or puzzle solving. I also can't use the weapons on the two vehicles.
17 that I have elected to establish my administration here.
Don't worry, I got you. I messed with the civil protection officers. I break their pathing with a bike. They have enough of my nonsense and beat me like I beat my meat. Alex beats them like I beat my...
Well, Gordon, go ahead.
I get some drip.
Well, Gordon, I think you dropped this back in Black Mesa. Good luck out there, buddy. You're gonna need it.
I acquire the weapon that will destroy worlds. I run from some combine and reach my first enemy. The combine won't shoot if I'm right by them. I don't know if it's a glitch or what, but without it, this challenge would not be possible. They do too much damage. I run past and fight some combine.
Station 8, are you there? We have confirmed reports of manhack. Repeat, they're filling the underground with manhack.
The game wants you to use a turret gun to shoot waves of combine and blow up some explosive barrels to lower this platform. I obviously can't do that, but I can climb on top of a barrel. There's another small obstacle later on. The game wants you to shoot these barrels to break the bridge and clear the path. I have to find a way through without doing that, all while being shot from above. I can jump over this car and reach the pipe. I have to deal with some barnacles, but they aren't hard. Most of the combine at the start of the game only have pistols, but eventually you have to deal with guys with SMGs. They deal a lot more damage. Luckily, they can't hit me if I'm hitting them. Let me introduce you to the MVP of the run. Barrels. They help me overcome obstacles, they block bullets, some explode. Without these, this challenge would not be possible. Manhacks are one of the most annoying enemies to face. There are usually a lot. They fly very sporadically, they're hard to hit, and do a decent amount of damage. Luckily, they aren't too common. I whack some headcrabs and zombies. I can't shoot the generator to turn off the power, so I have to tank the damage.
Hey, Dr. Freeman. I've been hoping you'd show up. Got this airboat all gassed up and ready to go.
I decided not to hit the combine with the airboat since it's not a crowbar. I use a barrel to cross this walkway. I kill the 3 soldiers and reach my first real roadblock, or Canal block. I need to ignite these explosive barrels to drop this beam, but I can't use a gun. I try to build over it, but there's an invisible wall. I have to reload a previous save and leave one combine alive so he can ignite an explosive barrel. After the gate is smashed open, I have to retrace my steps, but more guys spawned behind me. I lure the guys on the walkway to my side and take them out in the doorway. The next room wasn't so easy. The combine set up defenses and won't come to me, so I have to go to them. There are no doorways anywhere, so I have to use their barricades against them. Eventually, I am able to lure some guys to me. I then use a barrel to block the turret gun and run. I avoid a vehicular homicide charge. I run past the helicopter and reach a difficult room. There's 5 guys on a ledge with no good cover to reach and kill them. Here's a summary of what happened. There's too many guys up here to take out at once. There happens to be a perfect stack of crates against the wall. I can push it and climb on them to take out some of the Combine. I then jump across the shipping containers with the barrel and take out the last couple of guys. I beat up some more Combine in the dick. I open the gate and I don't shoot the helicopter. I run back through the warehouse to avoid it.
The Freeman will accept this weapon or suffer greatly on the road ahead.
Yeah, right. I can't use the gun, but I also don't need to. I slowly drive around some zombies and some Combine. I then have to leave the boat behind. I can't open this crate without blowing up the barrels, and I die when I hit them, so I have to continue on foot. I take a lot of damage though. I reach the fight with the helicopter. Even with the boat, I wouldn't be able to fight it. There's no way I can open the gate with it shooting me, so I have to find a different way over the dam. If you ever watched a Half-Life 2 speedrun, you know what prop flying is. Pretty much if you jump and grab a prop, you can gain height. I'm really bad at it, but I am able to get on this ledge to open the dam. I then do it again and skip the entire fight. I think sequence breaking causes the lighting to glitch out. Don't worry, I fix it as soon as I enter Ravenholm.
You'll have to forgive the scanning process. We can't take any chances. Dr. Freeman?
I guess you proved you can handle yourself out there.
There's nothing Gordon can't handle, with the possible exception of you.
Dad, please. Come on, Gordon. Let's go have some fun.
I get the gravity gun and refuse to use it. Luckily, the game moves on without requiring you to use it.
You can punch stuff and send it flying. I found it handy for clearing minefields. Pick up some stuff and toss it. Try grabbing those barrels from that ledge up there. Okay, dog, let's play catch with Gordon. You'll need to use the gravity gun.
Playing fetch with dog is also possible without the GG. First, I try to catch the crates with my face, but it doesn't work. Then I catch it with my hands, and the game counts it. I never knew Dog's hand was a gravity gun. I mess around with the ball, and eventually the game moves on. The most annoying obstacle is this cabinet. It's too heavy to push normally, and the game wants you to use the gravity gun. I keep pushing a barrel against it and eventually move it enough to pass. Can you imagine if I failed the challenge to a filing cabinet? Much better. Ravenholm is pretty easy since no zombies can shoot me. Crouch backing away from normal zombies is perfect for staying in crowbar range but out of zombieing range. I never thought a barrel would be used against me. You think you know someone. I decide not to use any of the car traps against the zombies. Fast head crabs. Like a normal head crab, but fast. I run through the square of zombies and head crabs. I never got a real strategy to fight the fast zombies. You don't encounter them a lot, so I would either run past them or tank the damage.
Here, I have a more suitable gun for you. You'll need it. Catch. Good.
Why do people keep giving me guns? I'm a melee-only kind of guy. I run past the next area of zombies, including some fast zombies. I fight off the horde of zombies, which is surprisingly easy, and meet Father Gregory. Nice kicks! Daddy Gregory and I fight our way through the graveyard, and I make it to the mines. I'm able to kill all the head crabs by standing on the stairs. They jump up to me and I can kill them. I dodge the sniper fire. I run past some combine fighting some zombies. I help the rebels fight some soldiers.
Winston's been hit.
Patch him up and get him to the back as soon as he's stable.
I didn't kill the combine outside, which caused this emotional scene to be less dramatic.
It's Leon, we're all clear. And I've got Gordon Freeman. Norco, bring the buggy out. Put it on the dock right now. Gordon Freeman will be driving it.
Does anyone else think the admiration of Gordon is a bit much? Shouldn't they be mad at him for causing the end of the world?
There's an ammo supply crate on the back of the car, if that's any comfort.
It isn't. You can't flip the car without the gravity gun. I tried to be dropped on my tires, which I know is possible, but it didn't work.
Sorry, Doc.
I tried to use a barrel to force it over, that failed too. This means I'll have to go on foot or take the L and use the gravity gun. Unless I reload a previous save so I can take an explosive barrel from the past fight. It might be able to flip the car. And guess what? It does. I'm not allowed to use the towel cannon or hit enemies with the buggy, so I just have to be careful and watch out for antlion spawns. I reach New Little Odessa and use a barrel to skip the gunship fight. I have to leave the car behind though. I run past some antlions and kill some combine. I'm able to prop fly out of bounds. This doesn't help me at all, I just thought it was cool and wanted to include it. I knock over the bridge with the crane, but don't kill anyone. I run past the Combine on the dock and lure the warehouse guys to the back room where I can hide in the doorway and aim for the dick. I use a barrel to shield myself from the next wave and break the glass with the crowbar. I come across the next obstacle. A gap. The car can jump it, but I can't. Or can I? An accelerated backhop allows speedrunners to gain an immense amount of speed and height. I'm able to do a small one to clear the gap. I recommend looking up how to do it, it's really interesting. I do another backhop to avoid this ambush. I don't need to do it, but it's fun. I take out some Combine. I cross a bridge. This next fight gave me a little trouble. There's a bunch of guys in a room and one has a shotgun. I haven't mentioned how annoying shotgun enemies are yet. They deal massive damage. I also have a guy shooting me from above. I take them out in the doorway. After all of this, I have to use the gravity gun to unplug the force field. Now I have to run across the bridge with a gunship shooting me. I b-hop away from the Combine, get hit by a train, and outrun the gunship.
Okay, Doc. You'll have to go on foot from here. There's a secret path along the cliffside, but no one's going anywhere until we fight off this attack.
Bet. I try to drop down on the path, but there are invisible walls that push you off. Then I grab a barrel and jump out of bounds. I run along the outside of the map before getting back in, skipping the entire section.
Stay on the rocks!
I run along the beach away from the antlions. I kill the giant antlion with help from a turret gun.
The process is not entirely hygienic, therefore stand aside.
I get the bug bait, and the game gives me a tutorial on how to use it. Unlike the gravity gun, this won't continue automatically. I try to climb over the gate, but there's an invisible wall. I decide to reload a previous save and get out of bounds before the antlion fight. On one attempt, I manage to get into the boss arena without spawning it in. Nothing happens, but it's interesting. I climb along the edge and drop back in bounds at the end of the map. In this timeline, I didn't get the bug bait, but the antlions still don't attack me. I use the antlions in amateur bee-hopping to storm the beach, just like my grandpa. I reach Nova Prospekt, but I can't enter without taking out the gunships. Speedrunners are able to use props to glitch through the wall, but I couldn't get it to work. I had to use the rocket launcher to progress normally, but since it is possible, I won't count it against me. I run away from an antlion boss. I then breach another force field. This plug is further away than the last one, and all the props are too heavy to reach. Luckily, the boss room has long benches in it that I can hold long ways to throw and reach the plug. The antlions kill more Combine. I skip the next Antlion boss fight, but get stuck without the gravity gun. Luckily, the lion helps me out. I meet up with Alex, and she is able to kill some of the Combine. I take a chair through the vent to trigger this trip mine. I set up some props to funnel the Combine into a specific place. I come across another force field. This one is plugged in behind a wall so prop throw won't reach it. The game wants you to use a grenade, which is precisely what I did. Just not my grenade. The next room gave me some trouble since there was no good place to hit the Combine without them shooting me. I found the bottom of the steps to be the safest place. I decided not to use the turrets in this section. I thought it wouldn't be fair. The Combine would still target them even though they weren't dangerous, which was a good distraction. I get lucky and the Combine grenade themselves. Thrice. One Combine was on a balcony that I couldn't reach, so I allowed myself to use the turret just this once. You can't pick up the blue floating barrels without the gravity gun, so I have to slowly push them into position. I get past another large object blocking a door. I use some crates to reach this guy on the balcony and then hide on the opposite balcony myself. The entire fight will go by without spawning any enemies besides 2.
More soldiers are coming, Gordon. We must have hit a motherload of soldiers. They're coming in from everywhere. Okay, Gordon, I'm gonna leave off here and catch up with you. Be there as soon as I can.
After waiting for a few minutes, I kill the only 2 guys. I try to join Mossman on the teleporter. It doesn't work, so I have to deal with one more defense. I use the turrets as a distraction and Alex to kill some.
And Gordon have just arrived.
Well, man, that's good news. I almost gave you guys up
Mood. Dog goes sicko mode.
Okay, Doc. You're in charge.
Why? I'm a physicist, not a combat specialist. I can't move the sheet metal with the crowbar, but I can jump over the fence with a prop. The hoppers are easy to avoid. I run past the next set of Combine.
Bruh.
I run and fight my way through the city. My squad is also a big help. I run through the bullets, and then have to hold off the Combine until the passage is opened. I use some crates to cross the acid, then run to avoid the horde. I continue to run and fight. when you want to take a bath with all the homies. I fight alongside Alex.
It'll take me a few minutes to expose the core, then I'll need you to hit it with a burst from the gravity gun.
I don't think so. I skip the big fight, which causes a minor glitch. It isn't a problem though. I can move the beam with my hands. You can hit this beam with the crowbar to loosen it and then bust through. This next fight was absolutely brutal. You have to ride up on this really slow elevator while being shot at from above. I use a barrel to block some bullets, but still lose a lot of health. I then run to this cubby here with the pipes to protect myself. Unfortunately, the Combine don't come over here, so I can't hit them. I died a lot on this section. I was stuck on this fight for over an hour. The only way to win this fight was by throwing their grenades back at them. You may think this is against the rules, but this is my channel and my challenge. Frick you. If you press the crouch button twice really fast, you'll be put in a position where the enemies will shoot you, but you can't really get hit. I used this to get them to throw grenades. I'm really low after the fight, so I drop a barrel and use the health station below. Continuing the game as normal spawns a lot more Combine. Too many to kill or run past. I use some barrels to climb around the triggers. The door I need to go through is locked though, so I have to activate at least one trigger. This may look simple, but trust me, I was stuck on this fight for a while. I reached Barney, but he doesn't seem to understand the challenge.
Lob a couple grenades, that'll clear him out.
I'm able to stack crates and jump over the gate Barney is supposed to open. I do feel bad for leaving Barney behind. No, he's fine. I make my way across the battlefield and reach a force field. I can't get through, but Barney can. This literally does not help me. I reload a previous save and grab an explosive barrel. I bring the barrel with me and use it to knock out the power cord. You can't destroy the turret with the crowbar. Explosive barrels don't work either. The only way through is with a grenade. Actually, you can glitch through this wall with a supply crate. I couldn't do it, but it is possible. You can also skip this entire section by skipping through 2 more walls. If you don't do that, you have to use the gravity gun 3 times. I couldn't get through the wall, but I was able to get through all the tough combat encounters with just the crowbar. I fight my way across the rooftops and jump over a gate, then I book it past the remaining enemies. I make it look easy, but it took me 10 minutes to get a good run. I run past all the striders. I fight my way through the Combine and try to run past these striders, but there's an invisible wall. I turned God mode on just to make sure there actually was an invisible wall. This means I have to kill the striders. You can use a prop to glitch through a wall though, so this still doesn't count. I reach the Citadel and get my weapons confiscated. If you pick something up again, you're supposed to lose it. I kept the rocket launcher once and softlocked the game when the gravity gun was thrown out of the field. I also got a normal gravity gun. My game crashed once, but eventually this happened. I managed to pick up the crowbar again and it doesn't take it away. I fight some Combine and supercharge my suit.
Surprise, nor, as you will surely agree, very
I then have to use the gravity gun for the first time. The only way to turn off the force field is by grabbing the energy ball. I made it so far, worked around so many challenges only to fail here. I have to do it a second time. Okay, Breen. Now, it's personal. The last gauntlet of the challenge. I have to ride a slow elevator with dozens of Combines shooting me. I have no cover and no way to attack back. I run in circles hoping it will decrease my chances of getting hit. I have no idea if it does or not. Then once the elevator passes the Combine, I crouch and use it to block their bullets. Sometimes the lift would stop and let the soldiers shoot me, and sometimes it wouldn't. Luckily, some scanners earlier dropped some batteries, so it might give me just enough extra armor to tank the damage. After a half hour of good RNG and save scumming, I get to the top where I have to use the gravity gun for a third time. I run past another group of Combine and B-hop past a strider. I then have to use the GG 3 more times. I get in the pod and make my way to Breen. You can have that as long as you don't take my crowbar.
Thanks for coming after me.
I didn't even know you were captured, to be honest.
Listen.
I pick up the gravity gun and realize my crowbar is gone. After all we'd been through, Breen was going to pay. I jump around the energy balls and avoid killing any Combine. You son of a bitch took my crowbar. I have to use the gravity gun a few more times and beat the game. So, is it possible to beat Half-Life 2 with just the crowbar? No, you have to use the gravity gun 10 times, 6 to disable force fields, and then 4 times in the Breen fight. I'm amazed I was able to beat the entire rest of the game without any other weapons. I thought Nova Prospekt and Entanglement were going to give me a lot more trouble, but with the Antlines they were easy. I am disappointed I had to use the gravity gun in the last 2 chapters of the game. I mean, I knew I was going to have to use the gravity gun to kill Breen, but it's still disappointing. I think any fans of Half-Life should try this challenge, just maybe on a lower difficulty. I want to give a shout out to Barrels for just coming and clutch this challenge. And thank you guys. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers and I couldn't have done it without you. I know all content creators say this, but it's still true. But if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like. I do gaming challenges on this channel, so subscribe if you don't want to miss them. Subscribe so you can say you're here before 10,000. Trust me, I have big things planned for this channel, you won't want to miss them.
In the meantime,
remember to stay hydrated.